you'll find that within your soul there's a lot of different people, and a lot of us are connected to some very interesting figures who are actually written about. Okay, they're in history. You can read about them. You know, so you've read about something that your soul has done. So in a sense, it's you, because if you connect with your soul, you can see it there. You can re-experience it, and you are from your soul. So it's kind of mind-boggling, but there's, for a lot of you, if you got like Akashic record readings, or depending on what kind of meditations and path you end up on, you're gonna discover a lot of things in your own soul that are very interesting. And it doesn't just stop there with interesting historical figures. It there's all kinds of other interesting things you can discover in your soul. But very cool, man. Much love to you. Hey, Netherbeast, I'll just start spewing out my questions here. Most people breathe really shallow. Apparently, it's much healthier to breathe in a deep and slow way. What do you think about this? Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to pretty much to meditate, right? Because you need a certain amount of oxygen to even get your brain able to even tune into the higher frequencies of your own mind. Okay, so whenever we're not breathing deep, which is most of the time, we're not even feeling enough oxygen into the brain to even be in a very high vibration, you know. So oxygen can make you feel truly amazing. Sometimes if you just sit there and focus on the physical feeling, it's like, wow. I can breathe deep, and I can get so high that I'm starting to lose consciousness, you know. I have to like slow down because I don't even I'm losing reality. I'm going somewhere else. So it's really amazing. And yeah, we're in a stress mode where the side of our nervous system that we run on, that we were trained to run on, is the stress one. So we don't breathe right, or you know, all our organs and functions are running on way too much stress in this world. As a generalization, of course, there's a lot of individual variation, and some people are, you know, doing things about that and others aren't, but this world's hurting from that. So yeah, super important, super key. I have much respect to all the elements, and air is no exception. It's an amazing thing. It's just this invisible energy, right? And you can power yourself up and raise your vibration with it. It's all around you. It's free. You don't have to buy it from the man. I'm sure somebody wishes it was that way, would like it to be that way. They're probably working on it, but it's there for you. Let's use it. Let's see. Do you have more questions? Yeah. Started sleeping on the floor because it's supposed to be much healthier for your spine. I don't mind it. I have no trouble falling asleep, and it's pretty comfortable. Do you think sleeping on the floor is better than a bed? Yeah, overall. And I do that sometimes. I'll sleep on the floor for a while. So I do believe in it. And I've noticed more unusual spiritual experiences sleeping on a floor than I do on a bed. And I notice a lot on a bed, or anywhere, sleeping anywhere, but on a floor even more so. So you might find the same, okay? There's a reason you're doing it. It's a good thing for you, man. Follow your instincts, definitely. I also started squatting instead of sitting because that's a natural resting position and is supposed to be much better for you. What do you think? Oh yeah, man. The functionality of your body, if you do what all our ancestors did a million times a day when they would stop and just kind of squat and balance in the squat position and do stuff, you know, that was a normal position. People were in a lot, and now they're not because they have chairs, and it's jacking them up. It's making muscle imbalances in the legs, and that just throws the whole body off. So yeah, definitely. It aligns the energy in your body a lot better. That's a reason I believe in squats as an exercise so much. You guys know how I am. I'm too creative and rebellious to really even do standard exercises very often, but I highly believe in squats because it's such an amazing, proper anatomical exercise. It's almost like ritualistically important to me that I don't stop doing squats, no matter what no matter whatever else I do, it's such a functional key thing, that motion, that movement. So I think it grounds you and it aligns energy centers in your body. There's many layers to it, There's more to it even than meets the eye. So yeah, good questions, man. Much love to you. Do I have any thoughts on how to build strength? Well, yeah, just a few. It kind of depends which ones you want. So ask me something specific, but right now I'm just doing the really heavy rack pulls. For me, when I go for something really heavy, I just do one exercise. Because again, I don't have to compete in powerlifting. I don't have to follow somebody else's rules. I don't have to do 3 exercises in one day. So whatever, I can build my training around one strength thing at a time. So, I've been doing this big progression of crazy, bizarre weights on the rack pull, and the rest of my training right now is nothing's really heavy. It's intense and it's muscle building, but nothing's going for maxes or anything like that. And some days are downright light, and they're more about occlusion training and things like that. So I'm saving up a lot of energy, and I'm putting a lot of my overall strength gain potential into this one exercise, and the weights are just going up by hundreds of pounds a week, by doing stuff that way. So that's kind of how I do it instinctively. That's what I'll share with you, since you didn't say what you want specifically. So that's just something for me and how I roll when I have a strength goal. I just make one exercise at a time, my strength goal. I don't always do this, okay, but sometimes I do. Right now I am. And it's a good way to make one exercise really progress well, when you don't distract your energies away from that with too many other heavy exercises at the same time in your training, okay? It's just like a focus of energy and technique and whatever. Alright, hopefully that helps, man. Much love to you. Hey, whoa. I made it to the bottom of the thread. We got 3 more questions here. And I'm actually caught up on the Q&As finally. I was kind of wondering if I was going to make it back to the surface. Alright. Any info on inositol, vitamin B8? Was thinking about taking it to help with anxiety and for mood. Yeah, it might help. Sure, inositol's good. There's formulas that have inositol, phosphatidylserine. I would combine at least those 2. You can look into that. Phosphatidylserine. Don't make me spell it. It'd take 20 minutes. PHOSPHATYDYLSERINE, I think. Okay. Ding ding, winner of the spelling bee. Probably not. Alright, moving on. Much love to you, friend. Try it. See if that's a nutrient you're lacking. People are lacking a lot of nutrients, and it can help. Just observe your body and see if it's right for you, man. You'll know. Your body will give you feedback if it's right for you. Alright, hey Nether, my strength has recently taken a hit because I have gastritis. Do you have any natural remedies that might help with the stomach? I think I might have replied to this one because I felt like you shouldn't have to wait for a... Yeah, okay. I replied with typing. Okay, last question on the list right now. Woo! Nether, how is it possible that I can't seem to progress in my deadlift? I'm progressing well towards intermediate numbers on my squat and bench. Currently benching 205 by 1, box squatting 310 by 5, deadlifting 315 by 2, at 5'11", 180, 17 years. Loving your kids. Thanks, man. Oh, they love you back, trust me. Deadlift. Dude, I mean, I'll give you what I can, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on deadlifting. I always sucked, okay, to be honest. Because of my brute nature, I managed to kind of lift heavy deadlift weight, but it was stupid the way I did it, and I was never any good at it. And my structure does not, it's the most ridiculously out of alignment lift for me, no matter how I try to do it. It's crazy. So I'm not the deadlift guru, but since you asked me, let me see if I got anything that'll help here. You might want to have somebody who has a good eye. I could try to do it for you, but and I will if you don't have anybody else. Somebody with a good eye for the body's kinetic chain of energy. Watch you do your deadlift and identify where seems to be the weakest muscles involved, and then I would hit those, on the side and beef them up. I would do a little bit of bodybuilding, you could say, on those muscles to make them a little bigger, and then I would go back to my more standard deadlift training with more muscle in that area where I was a little bit weaker. Everybody's going to have their weakest link in their chain of movement, like my legs could probably lift anything, but if I have to hold it with my upper body, that's different, There's so many things involved, so it's like, yeah, that's really all I got, man, is have somebody watch your form and see if they can see where you're losing it, and identify the muscles that are just not quite strong enough to hold their own compared to the rest at that weak point, and beef up that section of muscle. That's how I do stuff like that. I mean, I don't do it with deadlift because I just don't deadlift really. Sometimes I'll deadlift a little just to like shock my muscles, but I do it on other things that I'm working on getting better at. So that's my 2 cents. You can always fill it. You can always do bodybuilding type work where we're talking about adding tissue and beef up a weak area and then retrain it with the power lift, and now you got more muscle mass there. So as you train it to power lift, it'll be a stronger area. It won't be your weak link anymore. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, guys. That's it. I'm caught up. Much love to you. Keep posting your Q&As on the Q&A video, guys. Just keep refilling it, and we'll just move through it in order, I guess. Pretty good system, right? Yep. All right. Over and out for now, Jedis. Much love.